Hey, this is Headshot Zealot, and welcome to part 3 of the Mk.2 tutorial. So I'm going to start out by showing you how to do the manual process of getting the middle block out of the door using my design for the retraction. So, I have to have that on. So you just go 1, 2, 3 on, and you can go 4 off, 3 off, 2 off, and then like 4 back on, 3 on, 3 off, 4 off, 3 on, 3 off, 1 off, 2 on, 2 off, 3 on, 3 off, and then this is 5 over here. Yeah, 5 on, 5 off, 3 on, 3 off. And then this pulls it over and pushes it into the stack for when they're all retracted. And I also realized at the end of the build that 3 also connects to this piston, so you don't really even need to wire its own input, because that will always go off before another block is pulled down, because 3 will definitely go off before then, and so that can be reduced a little. That's the clock right there. And this is the 5 tower. It was my first attempt at it. The second one, like the one going down, is actually wired better than this one, but I'll show you this one too. So it goes, you have to turn like 2 on, 2 off, 2 on, 2 off, and then 2 on, 2 off again. So like you just kind of be like sending a pulse to it, basically. And then you go 4 on, 4 off, and like 2 on, 2 off again. And it's actually 4 on, 4 off here. Yeah, and then I already turned 3 on, and then it's 2 on, 2 off again. And if you get the timing on these, you just do you just line it up with the first one you want to go off to the last one you want to go off. So it goes 1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and then on the sides there's the 0.2 delay between each of them, and they just go in the opposite direction from the extension. So you'd want like the bottom one to have the shortest, and like the top one to have the longest delay. And this is showing how it can move the 10 blocks all at once. Well, not all at once, but pretty quickly. My capture kind of lagged there, so that's why it looks like there's a little bit missing, because there is. But yeah, you just have to like pulse it and it will work. Same with this one. You only need 1 D flip-flop in this design in order to make it so like there's just like a weird wiring like quirk that makes it so that if you don't have that breaker in there, it won't work, because like the top one will actually push the tower back down once it's fully retracted. I don't know why it does that, it just does. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, so that's how you wire a pretty fast 5 tower. Like you can just send, it's like 10 pulses I think to open. Well, yeah, 10 pulses to open and close it if you have like 10 blocks in front of it, but just 1 pulse to open if you don't have anything in front of it. And yeah, that's pretty much how that thing works. You can see on the back here it's got the 2 delays between each of them, going in the opposite direction of the delays on front. And you only need half the, well, not half, but you don't need the 3 inputs on the left side, or the right side rather. Anyways, over here is the top part of the mechanism that pulls out the top 2 blocks. And the 1 input turns on the top one first and the bottom one second. And the 2 input turns the middle one on first and the top one on second. You can see here it's got a 3 delay heading to the middle. And then it's got a 5 delay heading to the top. And then over here, 3, that just turns that on. And 4 turns all the inputs on from top to bottom. So it goes the top one, the middle one, then the bottom one. You can see all the delays there. And then 5 just turns on that one, and 6 turns on that one. And then 7 is used during the close process to just push out 3, and then also the push out the top one, then the middle one, all with one press. So that speeds it up. And if this was set up properly, this would not look like that. So there you go. You can see that that pushed the blocks into place. And to close this thing, you don't press 1. Because 1 fails. Yeah. Alright, so I'll just hit 7 again. Anyway, so you just have to hit 2 twice. It's like you just send 2 pulses to 2 after doing all the rest of the close process. So that's how that works again. And all these will be in the schematic download, so you can go and look at them more closely and you know, go through the manual process yourself if you would like. I don't know. It's just kind of there for reference. And this is the side pull away. This is the open. I do it wrong. Yeah, I know my own door really, really well. So, you can see that it's a pretty fast process though. And the close process is pretty fast too. And to wire this, I'll just show you how you can get all the towers wired with no exposed wiring. So the 1 input follows up here and it goes into these 2. So it splits into those 2 redstone, that powers all 4 of those, and then it also splits down here and powers that bottom one. And then 2, it comes over here, splits, goes over here, and then goes to the bottom one here. And I'll go ahead and knock out all the dirt. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it on. Yeah, so I'm gonna knock out all this dirt. Alright, so you can see that powers the bottom piston of 2 when it's extended. And these 2 redstone actually power those 2 blocks, which powers the blocks adjacent to them. But it doesn't power the 3 tower because you can't power a piston through its front plate. Then over here, it also splits and goes into 2 more repeater tracks, and those have to be pretty long so they don't interfere with anything else. Or you can make other things long to not interfere with them, but you need a certain amount of repeaters in order to make it so you can get all these inputs right next to each other. And so you can see there that with all the alternating power on either side, and then the bottom one powering gets all of them power when you hit the second lever. And then over here, oh yeah, the tough one, you just have to, wire it like you'd normally wire one. So yeah, that's how that works. And if anything didn't make sense, go ahead and leave in the comments, and I'll go over it in another video. And if you like the video, go ahead and like it. And if you want to see more like this, go ahead and subscribe. This is probably my biggest video, since it was like 3 parts, and so they're not all this big or long, but I like to build pretty cool stuff. And that's the clock. So go ahead and like and subscribe. And I think the next thing that I'm gonna build will be like really big, like cobblestone manufactory type thing. The 10x10 will be done, I don't know, later at some point when I feel like building another door. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.